All right. Hey, welcome everybody. It is T minus 952 and retiring in 9 days. I'm a little excited. I'm very, very happy. Last week was busy. This week is kind of busy. Next week will be kind of a slow down and processing out next week. Uh, Last week I spent the week in Miami with a customer. I typically had to go fly down on site with this customer. The customer I have now, before the pandemic, I was traveling down to them down in San Antonio. Quite a and I was I was a road warrior. I was flying from one site to another site every week. Pandemic has kind of slowed that down now, and I'm working from home with one customer, but the Miami customer, I'd have to go down, once or twice a month to take care of them. So it was nice and bittersweet to finish up and review and go over everything that we accomplished over the last few years with them. The way I've always approached customers and stuff like this was to try to be a mentor with them, to teach them, to guide them to use our products better, and to kind of think a little bit more logically and process orientated mindset. Be proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't wait till fires happen and then address it. You want to be proactive. That way you have a lot of more free time and more relaxed. And that's one thing I've always approached, and I've got high remarks. Customers that have listened to this and follow stuff, they are bored out of the mind. I've helped them solve problems where they go home on time, they come in on time, they're bored for the most part, they don't have a lot of fires to put up, and they use the product that I support and stuff. So yeah, I love those customers. These customers I have, they're pretty good. They're getting there. Uh, and I've been working with these customers for a few years, and they've come a long way. So I like I said, I love my customers. It was kind of bittersweet, sweet to go through everything, review, and then last week I started slowing down a little bit and just kind of noticing the flowers and the roses and whatever. Uh, it's like, oh, you know what? This is the last time I'm going to do this. This is the last time I'm going to do this. Oh, I will never have to do this again. There was a lot of that, and I think the most annoying thing was the flight home. And you hear in the news or stories all the time, like, hey, such and such retired, and something bad, something tragic happened, car crash, airplane. It just they had a massive heart attack, and that's the stuff that bothered me quite a bit, because I travel quite a bit, and with all the news of Boeing, I've ran through every scenario in my head, how a plane's going to crash thousands of times over. Just very nervous flyer. So I finished that, and luckily for me, I won't have to fly or do a lot of the things I was thinking about for anybody ever again. If I do them, it's on my own terms for my own personal gain and not somebody else's. So it was great to be done with that. This week I had a performance review with my manager. I love my manager, one of my favorite managers. I've had over 30 managers in the 12 plus years I've been here. And yeah, I love my manager. She gave me rave reviews on my performance. And they even put in there some, hey, going forward, as she told me, just in case I change my mind, which I guess people have before, just in case I change my mind between now and then, I have stuff to work towards if I stay. You ain't doing that. So we can just say no on that front. Um, so definitely not. What else we got going on? So we have that. So I'm working with my customer, my last customer this week. Thursday will be the last day. If we accomplish anything, a bunch of anything, we'll see. If we don't, that's fine too. I'll offload them, and I just have to mail off their equipment this week, next week. and then I'll be done with them. Next week is going to be debriefing from the company, turning in equipment. I will have I think I have a team meeting tomorrow and next Thursday. All different types of team meeting, community and a team meeting. Mostly just for everybody to say goodbye, and then the Friday I'm taking Friday off. Next Friday I'm gonna take next Friday off. For the most part, take vacation, whatever. I'm not I'm not working. I think the big thing I need to do is mail off my all my equipment for the company and download my pay stub. That's the only thing I got to work on the 31st, since that's a payday. Hopefully, I hope so. Hopefully my pay stub's ready. If not, I'll have to email HR to have them mail it off to me. But we'll see. Let's see. So yeah, I have a few things I'm going to be working on. Mostly just out processing next week. And this week is just offloading this customer, um, and then just be done with all my customer work. So next week is Monday's a holiday. I'll have to go on site to my company's office on Tuesday, and then pretty much it's all downhill after that. So yeah, it's different stuff. I have out of all the stuff, my buddy, you know, on the verge of just wanting to unalive him a little bit. I have to turn in some of my company equipment and stuff, and somehow my animal got he's a chewer. He's still a puppy. I mean, he's about a little over a year old. He's still got that puppiness in him. Uh, they're not that from the same letter. Both of them are different letters. They're like days apart from one another. But he's a power chewer. So he got a hold of my employee card, chewed it a little bit, and then the this RSA token type token key is MIA now. He somehow got that and it is gone. So I have to report dead, and it's probably in his belly, or he passed it out someplace in one of the fields or in the backyard. I don't know. I don't know where this thing's going to be at. I don't know how to recover, but it is what it is. It'll be easy enough to disable the token. You got to register it anyways, so it's not going to be a big deal. And I haven't used it in. I don't think any of us have really used it in 5+ years I've had it. So it is what it is. Next month they're gonna be I'm gonna be busy and working on them anyways, training them and getting them to do tricks and maybe become service animals. Let's see what else we got. So those are the kind of the big things I've been working on, and I know, like, hey, because I'm only 52. I know that my wife is going to be working for a few more years. We don't know. I mean, she might decide just to hang it up next year. Who knows? We're not holding our breath. So uh, she's in her 40s still, late 40s. I'm more than 10 years away from Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare. So those are not going to be options. I think I can get Cobra, but that will only be good for up to 18 months after I leave this company. So, and I don't know how much it's going to cost, other than, hey, everybody says it's expensive. Well, how expensive, I don't know. So I'm trying to lock down what that's really going to cost, and it's probably going to be quite a bit every month, because we have very good health coverage. It might be just that I maintain it just for myself, and my wife just maintains hers until I no longer have the Cobra healthcare. So yeah, so that's a big concern that I have, and like I said, there's no answers to it. Uh, and healthcare is going to be expensive. That's going to be a costly expense here on out. My wife doesn't work. It's going to be a big expense. in food prices since the pandemic has raised at least 25% or more. So that's another expense that we're paying. Housing costs have gone up 20% or more. So it's like, okay, I still have a mortgage. As long as my wife is working, we're going to stay in the house. Not selling it. May rent this thing out at some point. May just sell it when it's time to leave. Talking to a buddy last night, he sold his house and he can't even find a house because everything's too expensive. So that's a problem. People are getting priced out of homes, and even the apartments. I I don't get the apartments. They're more expensive than a mortgage, and like to me, that's highway robbery, man. That is wrong. Like, and everything is what do they call it, luxury apartments. There's nothing luxury about it. They cheaply built, and you just put luxury in there so you can charge more. It's horrible. So yeah, an apartment's not going to be our option, and we're going to move out west. We're on the East Coast. We're going to move out west, and it could be all the way to the West Coast. We don't know. But part of this is going to be traveling for the next few years just to sightsee, maybe have some ideas. Then interest rates are up. Inflation has been hit. We hit inflation at an all time high, like with like 40 years. Within the last 40 years, we've hit like an all time high inflations. So with everything getting more and more expensive, that is a concern. Uh, you know, with both of us, because my wife is, our budget is basically sold on her her uh, her paychecks each month. So everything we budget for is based off her salary. Now I have some investments and stuff, and that will help as much as possible. But we're not trying to live above her paycheck means. If I did have to get my RV repaired, I did have to dip in a little bit into my investments to pay for over 2 grand to fix an AC last week. So there is that. There are unexpected costs. So just some things to think about. But yeah, just kind of, I guess, kind of going off in a tangent now. But there, money is going to be a concern over the next few years for sure. So and I think we're going to be more than okay. I mean, unless there's a black swan event in the market, I think we're going to be okay. But as long as food prices don't continue to keep going up crazy, rent and more mortgage. I'm not worried about our mortgage, but if we're going to go buy a new house, that's going to be problematic unless I pay cash. And I don't know if I can pay cash. Uh, the interest rates, as long as interest rates are high, less things you can buy. But anyhow, so that's going to be kind of a quick update on what's going on with everything. I will try to catch up with everybody tomorrow. It'll be T-8, and I'll still be 52. So, all right. So anyhow, with that's the update I got going on, and uh, we're counting down into retirement, and then hopefully we can count down. Once retirement goes on. All right, y'all take care. Thank you for watching, and talk to y'all tomorrow. Oops. If I can stop my recording.